click the record. And now we are recording. Now, I was going to do this as well. I was going to see if you guys could see me here. Let me check out if the webcam works. And you might see my mic when you do it. Can you guys see me? Possibly? Or is the screen not showing me yet? Nope. Okay, let me see if I can get this to do slideshow and then go for the show. How about now? Can you see me now? Do you see me? Do you see the screen? Screen 2? Do you see me? Ah! What am I wearing? If you can see me, Jewel, what am I wearing? Or Barry, what am I wearing? Green shirt? Red shirt? No. Oh, you see my image. Okay, you see the image. That's what you see. But you don't actually see me yet, right? My face. I'm not sure if how that works, if that shows up. But I'm using my webcam, and so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine. But I did want to show myself as well, so you guys can see me. But looks like it's not doing that. Although actually, no, wait, I can do this. Sorry. Please bear with me. We are starting. Trust me. Here it is. Okay, so if I pull this over here, you might see me now. Do you see me now in this format here? Right here. Do you see me now on screen? On the desktop? Yes. A Mac screen, but you don't see me, right? Just see the Mac screen? Okay. All right, so well, that's fine. Let's push on and excuse me, get the ball rolling. And I'm very excited about this webinar. I hope you are as well. We are going to be talking about what I use to generate profit. In 2012, this is a big year that I used this particular system to generate some really nice profit. And I'm going to share with you guys pretty much everything. Now, how many of you guys have been on my webinars before? Possibly on my YouTube Revealed webinar, video marketing stuff. How many of you guys have come to my other webinars? Okay, so this is Claire's first time. Great. Well, guys, turn up your speakers and take notes because we are going to be talking about some fun stuff. We're going to be talking about video and webinars, okay? So the very first thing that I want to cover is that I'm going to be giving and sharing with you guys a free gift. Now, do you see the gift page right there? You should be on the page now where you see my webinar best practice image, yeah? And my YouTube Reveal. Do you see both of those? Yes, you do. Great. So this is what I'm going to be giving you at the end of the webinar. I'm going to be giving you the webinar best practices and YouTube Revealed at the end of the webinar, okay, plus an additional bonus, okay? And these are bonuses that I'm just going to be giving you at the end of the webinar. We're going to be talking about an opportunity that you can take advantage of in the webinar, but these are gifts, free gifts. I'll give you a download link and you can take them, no questions, and use them in your own business because I've found them very helpful for myself, okay? So at the end of the webinar, I will be providing you that, okay? Okay, so you might be wondering, how does this webinar apply to you, right? Well, so when I first started out, guys, I had issues with not only knowing how to drive traffic, which, let me just say, is a big pain in the butt, but I also had a problem with finding a conversion tool. And most of us have that. You either have traffic or you have a converting tool for product, but rarely do you have both. And oftentimes you have neither one. So what we're going to be covering today is how this can help you apply to you and what you can and some things that you can use to fix those issues, okay? So let me ask you these 3 questions. Would you like a method for automating your profitability? How about having a traffic source that is also automated? Okay, so we're talking about two factors here, right? We're talking about traffic and we're talking about a conversion tool, okay, to convert the traffic. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that? Awesome, Barry, I'm glad. And do you guys want to build a long-lasting passive residual income even during economic strife? And, you know, unfortunately, we've been in economic strife for the last 4 years, but yet and still, there are ways that you can automate your business, create solid products, and promote those products. I'm going to show you how to do it. And a lot of it deals with engagement, passion, and really just tapping into your own desires and what you like. And I know that's a very scary thing for a lot of us because most of us don't realize that. I think that's most of us kind of get turned off or fearful of following our passion. So here we go. So we're gonna talk more. So I promise that in this you will learn how you can set up something one time and have it work for you over and over again. Okay. I will also show you and promise that you will learn how to grow your business on autopilot with a very real and proven system. Okay. And how you don't need to be a rocket surgeon or a brain scientist, as they say, to work the technology and strategies to make it all possible, okay? This is what I'm going to be talking about. Now, if you hear some pipes being ran and things like that, I'm in my house currently, and we have someone cleaning the house at the moment. So because my wife's family is coming into town tonight, so we have to be ready. You know, with everything's got to look good. You know, the scramble, everything has to look better. So based on that, who am I, guys? Some of you probably have never heard of me. Then it sounds like. Oh, you can't hear it, Claire? That's good. That's actually very good. Some of you probably don't know who I am. So let me just go into some detail on that. Now, I have been in the trenches of YouTube and video marketing for the last 2 years. I've worked with such clients as Estee Lauder and Dell. I've trained over 3,000 people on the subject of video marketing and YouTube as a traffic source. And I've been on stage preaching the word of video marketing at places like Online Marketing Summit, the Search Engine Strategies, WordPress WordCamps. And you know, I love sharing the stage with some awesome people, and I've had that privilege with Mari Smith, Chris Farrell, Ryan Lee, Andrew Locke, Mike Hill, and many more. And I'm the creator of EasyWebinar plugin, which is a software that uses video as a source for converting leads into sales. Okay. I've also been in ABC, featured in ABC, NBC, the Malibu Times, Los Angeles Times, and LA Weekly. And I'm not saying those things to brag, because quite honestly, to know more about me, oh, wait, hold on. Let's go back here. So now to know more about me, guys, I started out in TV and film and stage. So I was an actor for a long period of time. Probably why I started loving video and came on to into video marketing. But my problem was I didn't want to be a broke actor, so I went into real estate, and you know, that was okay. I still felt like it wasn't something that I totally jived with and connected with, but I stuck with it until the market crashed in 2008. And then I had to start searching for something else. And I was drowning myself for a couple of years, still trying to keep my real estate business going. Finally, in 2010 is when I discovered the online scene and the online marketing world, and my good friend Chris Farrell and other people who I started gravitating towards. And that's when I started creating my own web business. Okay. Now, Barry just said, "Can you do a song and dance?" You know, a song, yeah, but dancing, you know, I could make the tapping sounds on the table, I suppose. Maybe at the end, okay. Maybe you can convince me at the end of the webinar, okay. Yes, that's an image of me singing in a musical called "The Wild Party," okay, in Malibu. So that's me doing that, and I lived in Chicago and New York. You can Google me if you feel, not right now, but maybe at the end of the webinar. You can see me that I've done some stuff on NBC's Life. I think it was NBC's Life, the TV show, and some other stuff. But But anyway, acting. The issue with acting is that it's a passion of mine. It's that I do on occasion. I do it, when they come up. But I wanted to create something for myself, so that I could still act. I could still do the things that I love. So that's when I came online. And folks, I spent money and made money. Oh, and that's my wife in the harness there. Someone just asked, who's that woman in the harness? Yeah, that is my wife. Because I am also a husband, an owner of 2 cats and a bunny. And yes, we have a bunny rabbit in this house. We don't have kids as of yet, but we kind of have everything set up and ready to go for kids, right? We have the bunny, we have the 2 cats. We have a house guest right now who has a nice French bulldog, and so the house is pretty full with animals. So I've in 2010 is when I started the business, and it didn't really go all that swimmingly for me in the beginning. In fact, I spent a lot of money and lost a lot of money, and almost quit a couple times over. But I'm glad that I did not do that. I'm glad I didn't quit, because this is me today. I am a product creator, social media consultant, specializing in YouTube and video marketing. I'm also a conversion fanatic. I'm all about closing that sales cycle gap. And that's another reason why I love video, because it does it naturally. And another reason why I love YouTube is because it filters it perfectly, as well as webinars, okay? But we're gonna come on to that in a little bit here. But most of my success, folks, came from doing video marketing, consulting, and YouTube managing offline. Okay, I was doing my offline business. So I started 2010 looking to have a business online. It eventually became an offline business where I learned all these tools and tricks and trades, but then what I did is I just applied them to an offline strategy, right? And I wasn't really thinking of teaching this stuff, video marketing and webinar training, until last year. A friend of mine said, Casey, you should teach this stuff, because no one teaches about YouTube and video marketing. Everybody talks about social media like Twitter and Facebook and things like that, but no one really dives into YouTube. So that's when I decided that I would devote some time to it. So I spent a long time creating one of the largest YouTube membership sites out there, and that's where I am today. And I've worked with such clients as Estee Lauder and Dell. So I've done a lot of offline strategies, and that's what we're going to talk about today, some offline strategies, but also bringing online strategies. But folks, that wasn't really me at first, though, okay? At first, I was a bit directionless. I didn't know which way to go. I just come off of real estate, and I was like, where am I going to go now? I knew I loved video because I'm an actor. So I started looking at YouTube, and at that same time, I was also creating other products, and I would see somebody else come onto the market with a similar product, so I'd back off on my product. So just a bit of advice. I'm just going to let you know, guys, if you have a product and it's similar to somebody else's, don't back off. It might be nice, it might be warm in the marketplace already. So believe in yourself, start pushing forward with some of those ideas. Anyway, this is when I jumped into YouTube and started testing it out, and voila, I was finding results. And this was the first time I actually found results in YouTube. And YouTube was the first thing that actually made results for me personally, because I never liked talking about being an expert when I couldn't figure it out myself. So I learned it myself, and within about a week after I started implementing a lot of these strategies, started really diving in, I got to the first page of Google for make money with video marketing. And as you can see, here's Chris Farrell. Some of you guys might know who he is. Some of you might not, but that's fine. And here's my thumbnail right here. This was, as you can see, a couple of years ago. Let me ask you this. When you see something on the page, you see a thumbnail or links, where does your eye go first? Okay, where does your eye take you? Are you taken to the links, or do you go straight to the video? And this is personal preference. Some people are more text savvy or more text oriented than video, but I think we're very visual people. So my eye tends to go to the thumbnail image, and that's kind of why I went this route. So this was after about a week or so, and this one I did within 4 days, okay? And it was to get social media buttons for your website, all right? And so when I started doing this, I was like, oh, wow, okay, so I'm not just talking, it's not just talking the talk, I'm walking the talk. And I felt very good that I could actually do that I was actually having success getting to the first page of Google, getting SEO traffic from YouTube. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, SEO stuff, right? Search engine optimization. But we're also going to be talking about engagement because, guys, YouTube is what is it? A social networking site, right? So there's engagement that can be found there as well. You guys with me so far? Everyone all good? Ready to push forward? Are you excited? Any questions as of right now? Guys are a little silent. I think when silence is here, that means you're listening attentively and you're interested in more. Is that the case? Yes, yes? Yes. Okay. Seeing some yeses. Yes. Awesome, Casey. Keep pushing forward. Don't stop believing. What is that? See my note above. Claire, did you? I said that the woman in the here. Let me. Claire asked who this person was. Hold on. Who this person? Who this person was? And this is my wife, Diana. Okay, and this was actually our anniversary 5 years ago. Or sorry, this was our honeymoon 5 years ago. And in fact, guys, it's our 5-year anniversary in 5 days. So so that's happening in 5 days. Okay. Okay, but pushing forward, this is another one I was able to get to. And I realized that YouTube is awesome for driving traffic, okay? It's great for driving traffic because you get the SEO factors and you get the engagement factors, okay? Okay, so but the problem I found was that I realized I was sending traffic to my website, okay, from YouTube, which was getting hits and results, but I wanted to get more conversions. I wanted to get even more rapid conversions, and that's when I started to look at webinars, guys. Using webinars as a filtration of engagement, an even deeper filtration of engagement than just video. See, video, guys, is really perfect for closing that sales cycle gap by like about 40%, but automation or webinars, guys, is that extra level of engagement, okay? I'm a big webinar video lover, and that's why webinars attracted me so much, because they are a portion of video. You know, as if this is recorded, I'm going to attempt to record this, and hopefully I'm doing this recording properly. I'm not totally sure, but this, this is a video. Essentially, this is a video that I'm going to be putting out. It's live for you guys now, Jeff and Claire and Jewel and Barry and Tom and all the other folks that are on this webinar. It's live for you right now, but it's also, it has a story, just like a video has a story. So, for instance, I would send people from YouTube to my registration page, okay, my webinar registration page. That registration page would then go to a thank you page, which has a little bit of viral effect on it to where they can share something, but have to unlock a gift or they have to share to unlock a gift. And then you would send out notifications for their webinar, and this is what they would come to. Finally, the webinar. And I noticed that once I started using this strategy, my stats increased. I had more conversions, and I was much more excited. So, I knew how to get traffic. That wasn't an issue for me. It was the conversion, how to really optimize that conversion. Now, this is a screenshot just to show you guys. This was one of my clients. We did a launch for them, and we got over 1 million hits from trend marketing with YouTube over a period of 4 days or so. And the server shut down after that 4th day because apparently we had about 1 million hits. And here we see that this is from the hosting company saying, we were never intended to handle that much traffic. You sent us too much traffic. We had to shut you down, essentially, right? And during the 4 days, we had huge signups, a ton of signups, and that was all through trend marketing. So I'm not unfamiliar with traffic. And here is a little bit of my. This was some messages that went back and forth between my contact at Estee Lauder and myself, so correspondence. So that's what I was going to say. This is correspondence between the two of us, where I was telling them that she should expect 50,000 views in about 24 hours. But what happened was we actually got to about 158,000 views in 24 hours. So the expectation actually went higher than that. So this campaign did very well for Estee Lauder. I also did a Dell campaign as well, where we had 1.5 million views, and we did that in a matter of 24 hours. And that campaign did extremely well. I think that campaign did about $10 million in revenue, and not just from this exposure. So the interesting thing about who these people are, though, guys, these are big companies, big corporations, right? And they don't necessarily need webinars, right? Their interest is getting more brand awareness. But for you and I, we need a system that's almost grassroots-like in approach, or grassroots-like in its approach. Yes. You see, online and offline are very similar. So the best practices for networking and communicating still apply online as well. And that's why we and I use webinars. And that's the whole point of the whole webinar thing. Okay, so John just said, what is that process again? And John, I'm going to come on to that process. You're going to see it. I'm going to go into a little more detail. And so are you guys interested in being introduced to the conversion tool, introduced into webinars, essentially? Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing you, you're going to go kind of behind the scenes while I show you step by step what it is, okay? Very briefly, I'm going to show you one of my traffic techniques and then conversion techniques. So, but before I do that, are you guys interested in seeing this conversion technique? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So let's do this. So this is where I want you to take notes, because this stuff gets super juicy, okay, this information, all right? So get your pen and pad of paper ready to go here. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 things you can do in your webinars to triple your sales, even more than just using video sales letters. And for those that don't know what a webinar is, you're on one essentially, guys, right? And webinars are there for attraction. I'm going to show you 5 things you can do in your webinars to increase your sales and build that engagement more so than just like what a video sales letter does. If you land on a page and it just has a video on there, it's just not as interesting and as engaging as the flow process in a webinar, okay? So let's do this. I'm also going to talk to you about real-life case studies of webinar success and how to do all of this on autopilot by setting up a simple-to-use automated webinar sales funnel, okay? So let's jump in straight away and talk about number 1, a product you believe in. Now, this is pretty simple to understand, but a lot of people don't quite get it. You need to have a product that you actually feel strongly about, okay? You have to have an amazing, remarkable product that solves a problem and provides tremendous value, something that you can get behind and say, yes, I love that product. This is what I want to know about. Also, too often people promote products that they haven't used, and it can show in their presentation. An increase in sales happens when you have a passion about your product or service. Just believe in what you're selling. That's, this is kind of salesman 101, You just have to believe in what you are selling, okay? Okay, but you might have a question as to, well, what if I don't have a product to sell? Now, that might be a question that you have. Well, folks, have you guys heard about affiliate products? Affiliate marketing, affiliate products? There are places and marketplaces that you can go to find products and to review them and decide if you like them. For instance, have you heard of clickbank.com? That's probably the major one. Clickbank.com is a marketplace online where you can find products that you can affiliate yourself with, okay? And you can do webinars about them, all right? And those product owners would love you because not many people actually do webinars about other people's products, so they would actually love that, okay? Another one is pay.com.com. Another one is upsellnetwork.com. And contacting people with products that you feel confident about. As I just said, you don't have to go to these marketplaces, but maybe there's somebody like a product owner who really isn't selling to their potential. And you've heard about webinars. You know that webinars are a great way to sell, and you want to help them out, right? So, so what happens is you can connect with them and say, look, I love your product, but I want to help you sell it better. So let's do a webinar together, okay? Well, I'll do a webinar with you. I'll create a webinar for you and we can drive traffic to it and sell, okay? You can make joint ventures with people, okay? So that's number one still, okay? So let's talk about number two. And guys, I'm going to come on to more joint venture stuff and other things you can do with webinars, but stick with me here and keep it going. So the second thing you can do is show a trend, okay, as it relates to your product. So this puts an emphasis on why someone should get your product now. You know, for instance, as I relate it to webinars, because what I'm going to do is, you know, as I tell you these things, I like to kind of go by this whole like do as I do, not as I say, but do as I do and as I say, because I do as I say. I hope that makes some sense. I'm going to show you how I am using this trend process. So for instance, in webinars, webinars have gotten huge in the last couple of years, and streamed on-demand webinars are the wave of the future. And streamed pre-created events are hot because of the engagement that come from them without trading time for money. Okay, and this is what we're talking about. This is what's called an automated webinar. We're going to come on to that. Also, show examples of trends or who is following the trend. Okay, this is what you should do in your webinars. For instance, to give you a for instance. Businesses who use webinars. HubSpot, which is a huge marketing company. The National Association of Realtors, which is a gigantic realty organization, obviously. And here's another one, the University of Southern California. Okay. They are a higher learning institution, excuse me. Okay. So another thing you can do is show who can benefit. Okay, this is kind of a subset of number two. And you know, when it comes to webinars, you know, entrepreneurs can benefit, doctors, lawyers, real estate agents, learning institutions, marketers, everybody can really benefit from webinars. Okay, and that's what you want to show. You want to show who can benefit. You also want to show who is benefiting, you know, currently. And for instance, guys, this is Adopt to Connect is an adoption company, and these folks are using my automated webinar software. Okay, and this is one of my registration pages, you know, that my software creates, and they're using this to build engagement in their community. Okay, for the adoption community, essentially. So so in your webinars, guys, show how people are using it. You know, who can benefit. You want to show a trend, okay? So you want to show how what's happening, who's using it based on the trend, who can use it, and again, show examples of those people using them, okay? And then in your webinars, you want to identify a problem, okay? You want to essentially give a reason why somebody is on the webinar, what they're going to experience, you know, why you're going to be helping them out. So you want to identify why your product is necessary. For instance, the problem, how to convert traffic into sales. The old way doesn't work, boring sales pages. You know, this is the problem of that you might have, and I used to have, and things like that. So we all have them with whether we're business owners, entrepreneurs, you know, marketers. Everybody has how to convert traffic into sales. That's the problem. Okay, how to teach and engage effectively with people on the other side of the world is the other problem, right? That's the problem, and then you show them the solution. Okay, and the solution is webinars, guys. Webinars convert traffic by creating that trust and bond that bridges the gap of impersonality found online. And that's the problem, is that, you know, when you're trying to sell something to somebody, you know, because I'm not meeting you face to face, I'm not shaking your hand, you know, you don't know who I am, you can't get into my world. That's what's so powerful about a webinar, is because essentially you do get in my world. Right now, guys, you are in my office, in my house, in Los Angeles, California, and you know, we have family coming in, and you get to know me, you get to experience me in real life, and that's the power of it. It's so that you know there's a person behind it, essentially. So, and obviously, here's a word of advice: treat your online business like you're offline. So if you have clients that are asking you about things, answer them in enough time. So like support questions, you know, answer them, be engaged, be just have that personal experience in your online business, okay? While at the same time, um, the solution for webinars provides a mechanism for teaching and communicating with people around the globe. Okay, so this is another solution. All right. Now, you can also show how other people use this solution. So this is Mari Smith. How many of you guys have heard of Mari Smith? She's a friend of mine, and you know, we shared the stage together, and I've done an interview with her a few times. And this is what she said in an interview that I did. Do you guys know who Mari Smith is? No? Well, she is one of the top, probably the top Facebook marketers online right now. Okay, she is a best-selling author, and this is what she has said. She has many ninja tricks, but uh, hers is that she offers free webinars, okay? Just go ahead and read this, guys. I look for timely topics. So back in February, teaching my 7-point strategy system for success on Facebook, they had 7,500 opt-ins, okay? That means people that opted in, you know, put their name and their email, and had about 2,000 people live, okay? And guys, this is what she had a problem with. We could have had 3,000 to 4,000 if we had the right technology. And this is some of the issues with webinars, is that sometimes you don't have the right technology. For instance, guys, the webinar we're on right now is GoToMeeting, and this has a limitation of 1,000 people on the webinar, right? You can actually go up, I think, to maybe 2,000, but that's absolutely it. But that costs you about $1,000 a month, okay, to have 2,000 people on your webinars. So if Mari was using my system, she could drive traffic 3,000 to 4,000 people without a problem to the webinars. Okay, and this is what she does in her business to really push her business forward. She uses webinars. Okay, give them, you know, in a webinar. Okay, and this is kind of a little bit of a Mari strategy here. As a marketer, you need to think strategically. So when you have live people tuning in, make an offer, an irresistible offer. Send them to a link and make it real obvious. Give them the link and have maybe a discount code for them to sign up by a certain time. Make it totally authentic and for real without any kind of shenanigans. And that's what Mari says. And that's a really important thing, guys. You know, offer something that they can't resist. You know, give them something and give it to them for real. Don't just make this something that you blanketly put out there, but they're coming to a live event, they're spending time with you, give them something, give them a reward for doing that, okay? So number 5, folks, is show some results, okay? You wanna have results in your webinar. So show how the product or service has helped people in their efforts, okay? Okay, so being in the case of bring in case studies and show proof of results. Okay, these are really important. You want to show results. And so here's just an example. This is a screenshot that I took last month of some of the results that I've had with webinars. And I feel weird about showing you this. I'm only showing you this just so you understand the power of it. Okay, I'm not showing it to, you know, boast about what revenue has come in from webinars. This is specifically, folks, to just show you that there is power. Now, these webinars were a lot of joint venture webinars that I did with some buddies of mine. So this is essentially the power. So, but I'm going to show you guys how you can find joint venture people and other things like that. But this was about 45 days, 70,000. Actually, it's increased because this was on the 17th, and now we're 1 month later. So that's actually about, now we're at about $85,000, $90,000 right now for the webinars. Okay. Okay, so let's push on. You can also use other people for case studies. So for instance, here's my friend, Brian Bagnall, who uses automated webinars to passively do about 15,000 to 20,000 a month, selling his Facebook ads product, okay? How many of you guys know Brian Bagnall? Anyone? Bueller's? Just like to say Bueller's, I don't know why. Some of you know, okay, I do. Some do, some don't, okay. That's fine. Here's another person. How many of you know Sean Malarkey? Sean Malarkey is also somebody that is a friend of mine, and I asked. I did this actually. One day, I just asked in one of my forums on Facebook, which is the Super Friends forum, which is a huge huge internet marketing forum. I said, hey guys, who has had success with automated webinars in your sales system? What are some results, and how do they compare to live webinars in your experience? Sean wrote back, Casey, I've run literally thousands of automated webinars of our products to affiliates and have nothing but great results. Compared to live webinars, as you lose the engagement factor, but you will also gain a lot as well. The tech issues, complaints are about 1/10 compared to live webinars. Okay, so folks, what's awesome is Sean uses both automated webinars and live webinars, and that's what we're talking about today, live webinars and automated webinars. Essentially, live webinars are where they're live. Automated webinars, guys, is where they are automated. They're a replay system, but they have the look and feel of a real webinar. And they have the engagement factor, okay? You're not trying to trick anyone into believing it's real, but they have engagement factors that allow it to be real, okay? And we're going to come on to that in a second here. Okay, so here we go. Number 6, guys, get personal, okay? Show your audience how you relate to them. Honestly, this would show up early in the webinar, all about who you are and why people should listen to you. So oftentimes a screenshot of some successes are a great thing to show here. Get on the level of your audience, okay? That's really important. And that's kind of what I did early on in this webinar. I showed you my personality, who I was, my wife, etc., etc. That's really a great way to do it. Okay, now I'm going to show you the technique, the traffic technique that I use, guys, okay? This is the traffic system, and I'm going to hold on to this frame so you can take a look at it, all right? Okay, so we have traffic. We drive that traffic to a webinar sign-up form. We have that sign-up form, we go to a webinar presentation, okay, after they sign up. So in between here, they go to a thank you page, and there's a little bit of viral stuff that happens on the thank you page. They can share it to their Facebook fan pages, their Google+, their Twitter, and what that does is that builds a viral nature for people to come back to your webinars. And then that quality product at the webinar, this is the one you're going to be talking about at the webinar, that's what equals sales, okay? Are there any questions at all about this system, okay? Now, as I've told you guys, I use YouTube and video as my traffic source, but there are other traffic sources as well, such as solo ads, okay? And I'm going to come on to that in a little bit as well, so you know that. So there are quite a few different things that you can do in terms of traffic, but this is the best funnel in terms of creating sales. So you might have a question as to why you should use a system. Well, guys, a system, quite honestly, saves yourself time, energy, and money, and that's why you should use a system to drive traffic, get that traffic into your webinar registration, have those people register, track the registrations, go into the send out notifications to get them to your webinar, offer them entice them with something that they just can't refuse, something good, with not a dead horse's head, obviously, but something that they love, absolutely love, and then convert those people. So how at this point, guys, how are you feeling? I don't want to go too much longer. We have a few things that I want to show you. I'm actually going to show you now, guys. We're going to go into YouTube, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I use, okay, some of the traffic stuff. How does that sound? Are you guys excited about that? So that you can actually see it in action. I want to be able to show you kind of the behind the scenes, peek behind the curtain, so to speak. So, so that's what I'd like to do now, is I'd like to kind of take you back there so you can see what happens in YouTube when in pretty much my system. So, so hold on while I do that, okay? I'm gonna pause this here. Okay, so let me go in and grab YouTube so you can actually see what I do in YouTube to drive traffic. Okay, so let's go in and let's go to YouTube, and I'm going to show you just one of my channels. I have several YouTube channels. This is just one of them, okay? So, so just be aware. So let's show you what this looks like. So can you see my YouTube channel right now? Yeah? Can you see it? Should be able to see the screen. Oh, wait. Oh, how about now? Maybe now? Yeah? Okay, cool. Yes, okay, now you can. Awesome. Okay, so this is one of my channels, and you guys, here's another channel of mine down here, Discover Your Online Presence. But this one is my kind of a testing channel that I use for YouTube, for my EasyWebinar plugin. I also have another webinar channel as well. But let me show you just one thing that you can do. This is kind of a what I call the $100,000 brand loophole that most big businesses tend to not see, and they pay big money for it. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So let's start this video up.
Webinars are hot right now. They're an easy way to deliver content.
Okay, so you see this video, right? Now, what does this look like to you? Does it look like an ad, like a Google ad? Yeah? Well, guys, this looks like a Google ad, but it's my own ad, okay? It's an ad that I've added to my video that sends people directly into wherever I want to send them, okay? Now this is brand stuff that you were never able to do before, but now you can do with YouTube, okay? And this is just one aspect of traffic that really does quite a bit. So here.
Webinars are hot right.
This will click through right to my website. In fact, I have this going straight to my registration page right here. So as you can see, this goes into my registration page for
how to use
EasyWebinar plugin software. Well, let me pause that. Let's go back into here. So this video is about webinars, and then it prompts people to. It says, "Hey, if you like webinars, go ahead and sign up for this live event, and come to the webinar." Right? And that's one aspect that's hugely powerful, and big businesses pay giant money for that. Have you guys ever seen that before? Have you ever heard of that? What's static? Kevin said static pictures. Yes, you have heard of that before. So that's what's called a branded overlay, and I've taught that for the last few months here. And so if you probably heard about it, it probably came from me first, and then you probably trickled down from there. But what you can do here, what most companies do is they pay big bucks to do advertisement to get this
webinars
click through, okay? But what I'm going to show you guys today, among other things, is how you can get this without paying for it, okay? And that's what's really incredible. You can take advantage of this branded stuff without paying for it. Now, before I do that, a couple other things on this page. You can actually have people click through to your Google Plus and Twitter and Facebook and any other account, any other link that you want. And this this stuff that you can do on YouTube now is hugely beneficial, and it's totally different than what you were able to do with YouTube in the 6 to 7 months ago, okay? So things have completely changed around in this time. So I use this as one factor, okay? I send out this video, drive traffic through my branded overlay. I also do Google AdWords for video, okay? I do paid video ads as well, okay? Because that also, I've had some good luck and success with getting really good click-through rates on my videos, because video already nurtures somebody, right? And then they click through to learn more, and then they register for the webinar. So, and I target people in the webinar area. I mean, that's the whole point of ads, is that you target specific places and people. So that's another aspect, another way I drive traffic with YouTube. The third way is engagement, okay? I send out messages to people that are in my same niche, okay, that are maybe in possible vertical niches that will promote me, all right? And I find those people and I subscribe to them. And what's awesome now is that YouTube has a very viral, has the same feeling as, say, Facebook. You can see right here, folks, in real time, I can see the people that I'm subscribed to, and you can see when they do something in real time. So this was uploaded 4 hours ago from Real SEO right here, as you can see, right? This was done 9 hours ago from Paige Kennedy. This one was done 15 hours ago. So you can see what's happening in real time, and then once you subscribe to these people, you can follow them and respond to them and message them. And the more responsive you are, the more they're responsive back to you. And in turn, you're building a relationship, and you essentially they might want to promote you. Okay. Now, obviously, a good way to do it is just type in something that is relative to your niche. So webinars. I'm going to type in Facebook webinars. Okay. Now, I typed in Facebook webinar, and I see a bunch of reviews here. See this? Review, 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 review. These are all reviews. Now, if I connected to all of these folks, which I have, by the way, connected to them and message them saying, hey, I love your review on Facebook webinars, they come back to your channel. They see that you have a software or service or product that's similar to what they're already reviewing or promoting, and then they're interested in promoting you. So this is a really great way to do it. Now, some of you might be saying, well, that takes a lot of time. And it's very true, it does take a lot of time. But what I teach in my membership site, guys, is how you can automate that entire process. Remember, I like automation. Automation is good. So I'm not just talking about webinar automation, I'm talking about traffic automation as well, okay? And that's hugely, hugely powerful. Okay. So what I want to do now is go in and show you how to add this overlay, okay? Is that cool? You guys excited to see that? Yeah? So first thing is first, you're going to go into your settings tab, okay? And some of you, this might be way over your head, and that's absolutely fine because I have over 500, I'm sorry, I have 500 pages, about 275 videos on YouTube that teach you pretty much step-by-step everything you need to learn. And I'm going to be sending you some free stuff at the end of this webinar to help you with that process right now. Okay, you're going to get YouTube Revealed for free. Okay, so you click on promote your webinar, or sorry, promote your channel. Okay, this takes you to your Google AdWords. Now, I have set up my my videos, okay, to through here because you can set up your video campaign. So I'm going to go in and look at a particular campaign. Actually, what you would do is you would go. Let me go back. If you would have to first set up your AdWords, okay, to link it up with your YouTube channel, and then you'd create a video campaign. So you click New Video Campaign. You'd add, test or whatever the name is. You'd add a budget. You'd add the target. You'd select a video right here, and you'd save and continue. Now, once you do that, you will automatically create it creates that overlay in the back office for you. So then what you can do is, once you have done that, you can go back in to your webinar, right? Let's go into this one. And as you can see, it's live, and that's what green means, right? And this one I don't actually do much with here. But I can pause this, click on the pause, and I can go to where this video is. I can find this video in my back office, right, of my YouTube channel. This is Money Flying. So I can go and find this, and even though it's paused, I can still take advantage of the branded overlay, okay? So you can do the branded overlay without actually having to pay for your for it. Now, I think paying for it is absolutely fine because I like Google AdWords for video, but some of you might not want to try that. Some of you might not want to do the AdWords stuff. But just so you know, guys, I have 20 videos all about Google AdWords for video in my membership site. So let's look at the Video Manager. Okay, and let's go into, I think this is it right here, right? The Money Flying one. Let me click on that. Okay, and you can see it still
everyone,
has.
Congratulations on making.
You see, it still has the overlay right there, and that's the overlay. And let me show you. You go in and essentially edit this. Sorry, wrong one. You go in and essentially edit this, okay? And you see this call to action overlay? This is where you go in and you'd add the information, okay? All right, now, so the display URL, this is my EasyWebinar plugin. The destination URL, guys, this is my link tracking software. I use this. This is kind of a link cloaking thing. So essentially, it's EasyWebinarPlugin.com, but this is so I can track the people that click through. So this is that link, and I can put that in there, and YouTube is okay with that. You can actually track your links. And then here's the image URL, okay? This is the image URL that I have in here, okay? And so that you can still take advantage of the overlay, okay? And that's just an example to show you the power of it. Do you guys have any questions? Do you understand what I'm telling you right now? Is this a little above your heads, or is it something that you guys understand, something that you guys are involved in, you have interest in? Let me know. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay. Is this shocking? Is this like shocking you? What you can do here? I'm going to go to the overlay in this one, and I'm actually going to add in that JPEG. Okay. And save the changes. And now I'm going to go back, and I just want to view. Okay. So now let's see if that.
Webinars are hot right now.
Okay. So there's not enough space for it. That's fine. Okay. So yes. Yes, I do web design. Great. Okay. John, yes, there is an opportunity. There's an offer I'm showing you guys. Yes, John just asked, is there an opportunity? I have to go in an hour. Well, guys, we're not going to take an hour. I'm actually just going to now show you where I drive traffic to, okay? I drive traffic to my webinar pages, okay? And this is where I send people. And this is essentially an automated webinar software, okay? So I set this up once, and then I can continue to have it work for me over and over again. So I automate my traffic and automate my webinar. So you select your time, you start, and you add in your name. I'm going to add in just a random name, and I'm going to add in Tim AC at aczemanonline.com. Click the register, and what it'll do is it will send me to a thank you page, okay? And on that particular thank you page, and it looks like it's thinking about it. It's taking a little bit of time here. It's probably because I am using some bandwidth because I have the webinar going right now. So this should take me to the thank you page. And when it does, give it a second. Taking a little longer than expected. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is what's amazing about a live webinar when things don't quite work the way you want them to work. Let me just go back to the registration. Let me set that again.
Hey everybody, how are you? This is Casey Zeman. Thank you so much.
Okay, hold on one second. Desired time, let's go 7 p.m. Let's go Ted. Let's add, oh, and I need to add a last name, so Ted Snow, let's say, and Ted Snow at kczemanonline.com. And register now. Let's see if that finally works and goes to the thank you page. Okay, there it is. Gone to the thank you page. Great. Okay, so this is the thank you page.
Cool. Thank you so much.
This is where people, you just let them know they've registered, right? And this has their webinar ticket, webinar information. This is their custom link, which essentially is a countdown timer, okay, that counts down to the webinar. And what you can tell them is, in the video, you say, share this to download your free gift. So, for instance, I would click on the tweet. I'd click on the like, okay, and it would ask me to log in to Facebook, all right? And now I'm logging into Facebook. And where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let me just see here. Or try that. Okay. So I already like that. That's why I can't like it again. But Google Plus, I haven't liked that yet. So once I click Google Plus, as you can see, I can add a comment, but this already does it for me. It's adding, I've just registered to watch EWP in action. I think you should too. And that adds an image that I uploaded, okay? And I can share that, and then as the person coming to this webinar, I share it, and then I grab the ebook, okay? I download the ebook, and there it is right there, right? So that is the power of what we're doing. You're sending someone to something, and you're leading them through a process through the thank you page. And then eventually what happens is you send them into your to your actual webinar event, okay? Does this make sense to you guys? Are you getting some of this? Yeah, this is some of this stuff might be new to you guys. Essentially, what I'm teaching you and showing you is how to drive traffic and then how to automate that traffic. And I teach all of this stuff. Some of you, it might be over your heads, okay? But for some of you that understand it, it's essentially you're creating a webinar just like the one you're in now, but you're automating the process, okay? So that people can come to it over and over and over again, so you don't have to essentially trade time for money, okay? So let me go back into the slides for a brief moment, and then what we can do is I can show you a bit of the back office of EasyWebinar plugin, which is my automated webinar software, and some of the nice features if you guys wanted to check that out and had some time to check that out. So right now, let's go back into the slides here. Hold on one second. Let's see if that's the one. One second. Sorry, getting there. Open recent. Here it is. Okay, so slideshow, go into the okay, now I want to talk to you guys about do you see my screen now? Do you see that we're back in the peek behind the curtain? Yes, just want to check. Yes, awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about other traffic sources and getting clicks, because essentially what you want to do to get people into your webinars is you want to send them clicks. So a good way to do this are Facebook social ads, okay? Not just YouTube. I am a big proponent of YouTube, and that's what I sell and that's what I do, but I also sell and teach this stuff. I love Facebook social ads. Google AdWords, okay, is another one. SEO, and this is why I love YouTube, because YouTube has both the level of engagement and the SEO factor. Social media, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, those factors are also good traffic sources to get people to click through to your website, or as I like to do this, as I said to you, the funnel, the webinar, okay, the webinar, okay? For those that don't get it, what we're doing is we're sending traffic to an engagement place which is essentially a webinar, okay, a registration page where they can register. You get their email, you follow up with them, you send them to your to the webinar, you talk about your product, boom, you essentially get paid. That's what it's all about. So joint ventures, another way to get traffic sources, such as, you know, if you guys know who Jorg is the one that suggested you guys to me today, and he is a joint venture partner, okay? And solo ads, guys, and just so you know, a good website to get solo ads is www.safe-swaps.com. And solo ad is where you can pay for traffic, okay? You can pay people to send traffic to you, clicks to you, okay? And I have a bonus for you guys at the end of the webinar that I'm gonna be talking to you about, okay? No, Jewel asks, does each page, registration page, thank you page, etc., have its own domain that I have to pay for? No. That's all on one domain. It's all one system. It's essentially just housed in one place, okay? And I'm going to come on to that. I've created a system that's completely simple, completely automated, and you don't have to know how to do it. We actually set it up for you, okay? A lot of people are like, well, this is awesome. It's great, but it's a bit over my head. I'm a new beginner. I don't even know how to use WordPress, okay, which is a website platform. Our EasyWebinar plugin is a plugin with WordPress, which creates those pages for you automatically in WordPress, okay? And the great thing about that is that's SEO for your own site, and it drives better traffic, okay? And that's what we do for you. But we can also set it up for you directly. So if you don't want to or know how to set it up, we'll do the work for you, because me and my company and what we do, we are looking for community members. We're not looking for customers, okay? So just so you're aware, we're looking to help you out. We want to build a long-term relationship. Our online business is not just about a flash in the pan, one-time purchase. It's about the longevity, and that's what every business should be, guys. So so let me break down some numbers so you can see what you can make on a webinar, okay? So let's say you had 4,000 clicks to your registration page, okay, your webinar registration page, right? You have 1,000 people that opt in, say, yeah, I like the webinar, I'm gonna opt in. You have about 200 people show up to that webinar out of the 1,000 people. You have 5% who buy, so that's 10 people. And your product is $497, so you make 5,000 bucks essentially, right? So an average number, this is a very conservative number, folks. Average number, 4,000 people, 1,250 in opt-ins. Show rate, 375 people. Buy rate of 26.25, and the sales is $13,046.25. Okay. Now let me show you my numbers, my best numbers. 4,000 people, 1,400 opt-ins, 450 show rate, 45 buy rate, and 22,365 people, or sorry, $22,365 are made on that webinar. This is one webinar, folks. So if you can drive those clicks through YouTube, through Facebook ads, through solo ads, you can get the opt-in at 1,400. This is a doable system, okay? Doable system. All right, so folks, webinars are pretty much at the tipping point. You know, Malcolm Gladwell's best-selling book, The Tipping Point, talks about tipping point is defined as the moment of critical mass, the threshold, the boiling point, and webinars are a sleeping giant. They are preferred selling for all the gurus, folks, every single guru. And the opportunity is even bigger in niches outside of internet marketing. So if you're not in internet marketing, I hope you're not. I hope you're in a different niche. These webinars are hugely beneficial, okay? Huge, huge, huge. And you know, the main point of it is that webinars allow you to free up what you, the things you love to do, okay? Gives you time. And as I said, automated webinars and automated traffic allow you to have more time, and you're not trading time for money. You have more time to do what you want to do, okay? So and this works if you don't have a product. You can, as I said, you can find other people's products and set this up. You know, once you set it up, I'm not going to say it's not work to set it up, but once you set it up, it can work for you over and over again without you doing anything, okay? Without you having to manage it so much. So this is right for you if you don't have to quit your full-time job, okay? This is right for you, and these are the reasons as to why it's right for you. If they apply to you, please let me know. You don't have to quit your job, your full-time job. You can do this part-time with just a few hours per week. The more time, obviously, you put into it, the more you make, of course. This doesn't have to be your only business. If you're passionate about other types of marketing, let this be a profit center you need to fund the other businesses you also enjoy. You can also have more than one of these going on at once. So if you wish to have multiple sites and promote multiple products, you can. And you can make more money. And that's what tons of my customers do, folks. They have many different businesses. They even have clients, right? A lot of times, the people that purchase my products are consultants, because then they can use my product over and over again for their consultants and get paid, you know, $5,000 an additional income per month for each webinar that they set up. And I do this for my clients currently, and other people do it for theirs. This business can run on autopilot. So even if you don't want to run your own business, it contains many set and forget features. So once you automate the traffic, the rest is taken care of in the few hours per week, okay? So you automate the traffic and you automate the webinars, and it's pretty much done. So if you guys are wondering, well, God, it sounds like so much effort. Well, no, it's initially It's initially setting everything up, and I show you how to do it. So, so guys, you're probably wondering the price and what the offer is now that I've talked so much. So I'm gonna show you. What I have to offer you folks is you get the EasyWebinar video system. It's an entire system of traffic and conversion. So YouTube Revealed is my membership site. It's all about driving traffic with video, how to create the right video, how to do a PowerPoint presentation, how to create screen capture videos, and more and more and more. As I said, it has over 250 videos. I'm going to show you what it's at. It's valued at $3,583, but I charge a typical price for $497. And if you guys went to www.youtubereveal.com, you would see that I charge $497 along with my mastermind at $997. Okay. So those are the actual prices for EasyWebinar or for YouTube Reveal. And the EasyWebinar plugin, guys, is the automated webinar software that you can add your webinar videos into and they have the look and feel of a live webinar. They're replay events, okay? Now, we use streamed video, so essentially it is a live video, okay, because it's live at the time that someone decides to register for it. I hope this makes some sense for you guys. Okay, so, and I sell that for $343, okay? That's for the unlimited developer license, okay? And this is what you're gonna get in the traffic and conversion system. You're gonna get both of these, that, as you can see, $500 and $343, so that's $840 essentially, is what these two combined cost if you were to do both of them at the special price and at this price, okay? But let me show you what you're going to be getting inside YouTube Revealed, the membership site course. This is just the layout. You get the beginner course, which is 130 videos. And so, guys, if you are beginners and not quite sure how to do all this stuff, well, don't worry. We have beginner courses all the way to advanced, okay? This is for everyone, all right? We have the intermediate course, which talks about traffic with video and SEO, you know? Then we have the advanced stuff where we talk about the packaging method for your videos, you know, the 11-step system for actually how to package your video to get more traffic. And then I actually start talking about automating your traffic, okay? And this is the meat of it right here. This is hugely powerful. Now, I don't stop there, though. I actually give you bonus modules of experts who I've been able to interview, experts like Gideon Shalwick and Mark Robertson. I just put in Los Silva, who is a LinkedIn expert. So he teaches us how to drive traffic with LinkedIn. I also have this, where I teach you all about video players, okay, and how to host videos on your own site, okay? And then we go into production. I don't stop at just showing you the marketing aspect. I go into production. So I teach you how to use ScreenFlow and Camtasia, PowerPoint, Keynote. I talk about video types, video setup, lighting, sound, and cameras, and more, okay? You get all that. Then I have different social media revealed series, which pretty much are these experts who I get interviews with. So, like, for instance, we have Kate Buck in there, and we have Nick Peel. Also, product creation modules. I talk to you how to create a product, how to find a product, how to use PLR stuff to do that, to do those things. And so what you're getting inside YouTube Revealed is actually more of a full business explained, a full online business explained, and how you can benefit from it. And then we have, of course, the webinar training, okay, both live and automated. So you get more of what you just learned here, all right, in this particular webinar. And then I have become a consultant, and that's a big one because a lot of people want to know how to become a web consultant, or a lot of people are doing it, but they just want more strategy. So in this, I give you guys my consultant contract that we have in there that you guys can repurpose and put your own name on it. All you have to do is go out into the neighborhood and start essentially selling, give the contracts. I also have a consultant presentation. So again, you just repurpose it to your needs and you can use it. I then talk about the video sales letter for closing sales and then entering into local markets and bigger markets alike, okay? So I delve pretty deeply into the whole consulting, and again, YouTube Revealed, guys, is an awesome source for, you can gain another, as I said, $5,000 a month by selling you by giving YouTube Revealed to your clients, setting up their webinars for them, and then or you can even charge monthly for it, maybe not 5,000 a month, maybe it's less if you want to continue charging for them. But what you pay compared to what you can make is nothing. You're spending a couple dollars and you're making thousands, essentially, is how that can line up. As long as you follow this system and you guys know how to actually find clients and things like that. But there's so much potential here. I actually show you also how to use WordPress, because there's a question about that a lot of times. People don't know how to use WordPress or set up a WordPress site. So I'd show you how to do that, and that's going to help you to understand what and how you can use your EasyWebinar plugin as well. Okay, and then of course you guys get my EasyWebinar plugin, and this is just an example of one of our registration pages. Okay, and again, as I said, full access to EasyWebinar plugin is $343. Okay, and so now you guys are probably wondering, what is the cost? What does this cost? Now you get everything, all of this stuff. You get it all for $497. Okay, $497, which generally is it's about $9,000 plus in value, and my special price that I have on it is $343 and $497. For YouTube Revealed is $497. People pay YouTube Revealed $497. People bought it just last week at $497. So that's what people will pay for this product. But I'm rolling my EasyWebinar plugin in essentially for free into that price. So you're paying $497 not just for a complete traffic system with video, but you're also getting a conversion tool as well. So you're getting EasyWebinar plugin, the conversion tool, all for $497. And folks, I am completely transparent. And if you guys want to know who I am, this is me, Casey Zeman. This is my office address. This is my phone number, my fax. This is my blog site, Casey Zeman Online. This is my Facebook channel, Online Business Now. This is my LinkedIn profile. You can call me. This number will go to me. So if someone were to call me right now, I would answer that particular phone. Okay. Although I think it's in the other room. Actually, it's just right down there. Okay. So so I'm very transparent. And why should you get EasyWebinar plugin and YouTube Revealed? Okay. Reason number one is this literally is the second time I'm offering this particular deal. Okay. All right. And I don't want you to get I don't want you to buy this simply for the traffic source. Okay. And I don't want you to buy it for the EasyWebinar plugin, which is an automated webinar. I don't want you to buy it for one separate to the other. I want you to do it because you can use both of them and use this system. Okay. Reason number two is that you need a traffic solution that comes with your webinar software, and most don't give you that. Okay. We do. We give you that. That's what we want to give you. We want to give you a traffic solution so you can actually drive sales so you can actually get people to register for your webinars. I mean, that's one of the biggest factors, right? Okay. Reason number three is that EWP, or EasyWebinar plugin, is being priced at a monthly payment at some point in the future. Now, we're actually talking about that right now. We're working on the shopping cart. So this one-time payment will not be available. It's going to be a monthly fee, and the monthly fee is going to be more than what the one-time payment is. Right now, as I said, you get it for $343, is what EasyWebinar plugin sells for now, right? But it's actually going to change at some point. So this stuff won't last. And finally, reason number four is that I'm getting you a special extra free bonus gift, okay? And that is that you get a 15-minute power session with me to go over strategies for your business success. So we get on the phone, guys, and I actually talk to you about what you can do for your business, okay? This is a one-on-one coaching call that I only do for my masterminds, and my masterminds pay $997 to do this session plus YouTube Revealed. So you get all of this. You get it for half the price plus EasyWebinar plugin rolled in. So the total value of this entire system is $9,923, but it's yours for the one-time payment of $497. And guys, you can go to youtuberevealed.com/Jorg, okay? And I'll type that in so you have that, so you can click through from your message box. So here we go. YouTuberevealed.com/Jorg. Okay. And you guys should have that now. And so this is what you're essentially getting. This is a price that I'm just testing out. Again, I've sold this for $9.97 so many times. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to make this a little more easy for people so that the price wasn't the factor so much. This is a complete business-in-a-box system, and I'm doing it for a lot less than anyone else on the market right now. Okay, so this is a very low one-time thing. But just so you guys know, YouTube Revealed is an always changing, ever growing traffic source, as well as EasyWebinar plugin. We're always adding new features. In fact, EasyWebinar plugin, guys, I just tested out doing a live webinar on it just last week. So we're in the beta process of doing a live aspect to our plugin. All right. So because if you guys know, GoToMeeting, what I'm using now, this costs $500 a month to use, okay, to $1,000. I mean, it's a very expensive tool. So what we're doing is we're incorporating live webinars into our system so I can use that only, all right? And that's what you get. And if you come in now, you don't have to pay for those additions, okay? Once we add more stuff to EasyWebinar plugin, you don't have to pay for it. And those are some common questions that I get about this, okay? And when we say a lifetime, we mean lifetime. So in 10 years, when you're needing a place to learn how to live stream holographic replicas of yourself, you'll be happy to know that you got in at the lowest price possible in YouTube Revealed and EasyWebinar plugin. Okay. And we wanted to make this kind of a no-brainer. So here's my guarantee. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with what you discover from YouTube Revealed and EasyWebinar plugin, I don't expect, want, or keep your money. I want people who are committed to this, okay? If this is not right for you, then don't buy it. Do not buy this product, okay? I'm only looking for people who are serious about doing something in their business or know that they can learn. Everybody has the ability to learn something, and this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to, I'm here to hold your hand and teach you the system, okay? So guys, take action today, because action, obviously, I know that it's cliche, but action takers are, quote unquote, the money makers, and that's exactly true. Okay, when you learn to use a system, it helps you to essentially start making money. I didn't start making money until I started buying products. Okay, and then that's what helped me to make money. Okay, I started learning stuff, and you need someone to learn from, and that's why I'm here for you. So, okay, so I want to do a Q&A now. I want to check in with you to see if you have any questions of any kind about what we just talked about. What common questions that I get in regards to my webinars is I get questions such as, Casey, do you have a payment? Can I do this for payment options? And unfortunately right now we do not have a payment option. You can use a credit card and use that and pay that payment option, but we do not have a payment option for this sale. Okay, this special price doesn't have a payment option. Okay, other people have asked me, how do you compare to other automated webinar software? Okay, so what I can say is, we have a streamed video option. I can actually show you. Would you guys like to see some comparison? And what I can do is I can send to you, for those that ask, and you guys can email me at casey@easywebinarplugin.com, okay, and ask me for a comparison sheet. I'm going to show you what it looks like now, but I can also show you later on, okay. So a lot of people, they ask me, how do you compare to the other software out there? Now, we are the only WordPress plugin out there, okay? Ours works with WordPress, so we're unique onto that. We are very similar to Evergreen Business System. I feel like Mike and his partner did a great job, and so we base a lot of the we have things that are similar in the sense that I like and we were inspired by them, but I've also been inspired by people like Stealth Seminar and other people. So we have a streamed video, right, that actually plays live, and you can upload your video directly into our platform. So we're the only ones that do video that also host your video as well. We're one of the only webinar software out there that will do that as well. So any other questions? Throw some questions out at me. If you have any questions at all about the software, about what we have, what we can do, let me hear about them right now. I'm gonna show you guys so you can see what those comparisons are. Where is it here? Okay. All right, so let me go in and do this here. Okay. Oh, I know where to find that, right here. Okay. You guys still, yeah, and send questions through while I find this. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here is EWP features and a competition comparison. Do you guys see that in front of you right now? Should be able to see that. Okay, so let me go through. So how do we stack up to the rest? Okay, we are the first one that is doing WordPress. So that's one thing that we have that no one else has. We will create the WordPress site for you. We'll do the work for you, and we'll implement and make those strategies happen for you. So here are some things that we have that other people have. We will set up your event once, and you can have it run over and over. We have a date and time selection mapping. Okay, allows your registrants to choose the date first and then time. The local time zone, okay, this shows in your local time zone. There's only 3 of us that have that. The admin scheduling option. Everybody has this, essentially. Choose block dates based on the arrival time. We have that as well. Okay. Give your webinar an event name. Okay, this is kind of an internal use thing that's really good for if you're an affiliate marketer. You can use this, and it's a really great system. You can also clone your webinars for many different promotions. You can get instant reminders when someone registers for your webinar. Okay, it tells your webinar that they just registered and when. Easily customized registration pages, thank you pages, and webinar event pages. They can be branded with your own logo, video, and footer links. Remember I showed you the Adoption Center? That had their own header image. Upload your images and videos directly into our platform. We're the only ones, I think the only ones that actually do this, where you can upload your stuff, so it's easy. We've tried to make this easy. That's why it's called EasyWebinar Plugin. The social share feature is a huge one, and I showed you that you can share, you incentivize people to unlock a free gift by sharing the news of the webinar to their social media sites. You can also run unlimited delay events at different times during a webinar, okay? The chat box feature, this is a huge one that creates that instant engagement, okay? So when people are actually on the webinar, they come through the chat box and they can answer questions in real time, and you can answer them in real time, okay? So those are just some things. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to show you what the back office looks like. So this is what EasyWebinar plugin looks like in the back office, okay? You log into your admin section, and we have a bunch of video tutorials showing you everything there is to know about this process, right? You can also start in the product information section. This is the installation system. You're going to first list your domain, get your key, download your product, and start installing, okay? And then once you do that, you know, once you download your product into it, you can go through these video tutorials to show you how. And we do have an area like we also offer video hosting, which no one really does, but that's an additional cost of $67 a month. But you don't need to use it because you can just use Amazon S3 or YouTube, and I teach you guys how to do that in the system. Okay. So once you look at the admin, this is where you're going to create your webinars in the dashboard itself. Okay. So you click on dashboard, and here are all the webinars right here. Okay, so I'll click on webinars here. All right, and this is what it looks like. This is the webinar admin sort of section where you can create a new webinar. So you click create new, and essentially what you'd start doing is you decide what domain you're putting it on, because this is per license. So if you have a few different licenses, and I'm giving you the unlimited license, guys, so you can put it on as many sites as you want, right? You can have it on, 30, 40, 50 sites, okay? And create webinars for each one. So I'll go in and decide what domain I want to put this next webinar on. And I can go through the process of starting filling in this information, like the event, the headline, sub-headline, the header logo. I can upload an image and then decide what my main display option would be if I want to make it a video. Okay, and I can put a URL or upload, grab a video from my computer. This description area, essentially, it's like any other WYSIWYG. You just add in, the description of your webinar, right? And then you decide, if you want to get notifications every time someone registers. So I would say forward this to my caseyzeman@gmail.com, and it would tell me every single time someone registers for an event, which is awesome because then if I want to do personal follow-ups with them, I can. Then you have presenter information, so you can show your presenter information, which essentially is you have your name, you upload an image, presenter description. Then we have our thank you page. On the thank you page, you add the title, subtitle, you add an image or video, okay, and you provide the URL or upload, okay, for the image or video on the thank you page. And then you have a description area, right? And check it out. So this is the attendee share incentive. So if you enable that, this will share to Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and you can type in what you want it to say. So I've just registered to webinar title, okay? And you just put in the title there, and I think you should too. And we use whatever image you upload up here, we actually use that. So you can put a post description that's intended for Facebook. This one is what will be used for YouTube, and this is what will be used for Facebook, okay? And then you can decide what reward you want to share. So if you want it to be a video, you could just upload the video. If you want it to be a document, you can upload a document or provide the URL. If you guys don't know, you can probably provide URLs for each of these, but we also have it to where you can upload from directly our system. So PDF, you can upload a doc or a text file or a CSV file, whatever your heart's desire. The only limitations is pretty much your imagination as to what you can do here, okay? So then you can schedule your webinar event, and this is the scheduling area where we go through the process. You guys are seeing my screen, right? I think you do. No, Jewel, you don't pay for each domain, okay? You only pay for the software one time, and you can put it on as many domains as you want, okay? That's the thing about it. So the scheduling, you decide if you want you to schedule it or your attendee. And we find that by having your attendee schedule it, they can schedule it in their own time zone. That's what that does. So if I have someone in Australia that comes to my registration page, and I say 11 a.m. is when the first webinar is, that's 11 a.m. in their own time zone. So I don't have to worry about that, okay? I'm still able to show the message to the webinar to people even on the other side of the world. So they don't have to, 11 a.m. for someone in Australia. My time is, I think it's like 4 a.m. the next day. So, if they don't get up that early, they're not going to see the webinar. Just like today, if I had some people that didn't show up because they're on the other side of the world. But an automated webinar, I can have this scheduled at their convenience, okay? I can also choose to show this right now. So if I want people to see, like, say, a replay, I can have that as an option on the schedule, on the front page of the webinar, okay? And if you guys are a bit confused as to what this kind of looks like, well, if you remember, it was the registration page. So demo, it was this right here. Hold on one second. Okay, so it was this right here, all right? This is what it creates for you, okay? So again, as I said, the desired date, the time, and you see this is in my local time zone, right? And that's the awesome thing about it, is that it's in my time zone. And then they register, okay? And that's essentially what this creates for them, all right? This process. Now, the webinar event page, this is where you upload your video. If you know how to use Amazon S3, this is where you put your video of your presentation in, okay? You list out how long the video is. And what's awesome is if you do have your own Amazon S3 account, you can upload your access key and your secret key and authenticate it, and you can upload videos directly into our system. Now, if this is way over your head, guys, again, you can use YouTube URLs, but I don't necessarily recommend it because the YouTube URL has its own branding, and I want you to be able to use something that doesn't have any branding on it. And that's why we suggest Amazon S3. Now, if you don't know how to do any of this, again, as I said, we host your videos for you, so all you have to do is upload the video into our system, but that's an additional cost of $67 a month, okay? Okay, so then there's the chat box feature, which you can enable it. You put the title, and you can have this forwarded to you in real time. So when someone at the webinar says, Casey, how can I buy this in bulk? I can answer in real time and say, hey, John, wish you can by going to this address, okay? And he can get that while he's still in the webinar, okay? Now, timed events are something interesting. These are where you can send out events at specific time in the video. So let's say after an hour in the video, I want to show a buy now button for someone to buy my product. So I would choose 1 hour, okay, and I decide on an end time, you know, start date and end date, start time and end time rather, and I choose the button that I wanted to use. And we have already existing buttons for you, okay, or you can choose your own button, which allows you to upload your own button into our software, okay. And then you add a label to this particular button that's your own, okay? Okay, those are what the timed events are. So there's tons of stuff you can do. We also have what's called the scarcity feature, which essentially is a countdown timer, which you can say, okay, guys, we have only 50 units available for the next 10 minutes, and those 50 people that get this unit in the next 10 minutes get an iPad for free. Okay, a lot of things you can do. That's a great incentive for getting people in. I have a ton of people that get purchases just from this feature alone. Okay, then you have the list of attendees, and now you can enable this or disable it, and essentially it shows your attendee list on the side. And what we do for you guys is, for social proof, we allow you, because a lot of us may not have a lot of people coming to the webinars right away. So what we allow you to do is use simulated names, and you can populate those simulated names into the attendee list, right? And use those. Now you can also go with live. So we have, when someone chooses right now, it actually will populate those who are watching your webinar live now, okay? So we have live and we have simulated. And simulated, you know, this is up to you. With great power comes great responsibility. These are awesome tools, and you're using them for social proof, but don't abuse them, is what I can say. Then you choose your webinar template, okay? You decide on if you want the professional theme or the classic theme, okay? These were custom designed, and each one creates a registration page, thank you page, and it creates a webinar event page. And then one of the biggest factors is the email notification system, guys. So, you know, this is how you get people to come back to your webinars. You notify them, okay? This is like having an autoresponder. So we have a built-in notification system where it converts, or where you can use, say, your own autoresponder, Or you can use both, which means that you add in your autoresponder code, and it automatically creates a list for you in your autoresponder. At the same time, we send out messages based on what you want. So we'll send out the welcome message, pre-webinar messages. You can do like 3 messages to, we have 10 messages that you can do here, right? And each one can be like, hey, the first one could be 3 days before the webinar. So you can say, hi, first name. Hi, first name. And guys, just so you know, we have short codes so that each user can feel unique. So this is the username, that's the person, the name of the attendee, right? So it's so in the first email you'd say, hi, username. Webinar starts in 3 days. Webinar starts in 3 days, okay? And you can send this out 3 days before the webinar, okay? See how I did that? 3 days before the webinar, you can send that out. And that's what your autoresponder cannot do, okay? It cannot sync up when someone specifically chooses a time. Our registration, our notification system does do that. It's designed to do that, okay? You can choose up to the minute of the webinar. So, and then we also have these pre-created templates that you can load in and that are completely editable so that you can change this around. You can add this in and say, hold on, you can remove all this and type in your own information. Sorry, hold on. No. Well, here, like such as webinar starts in 3 days. Okay, and you can change all this out. Okay, you'd say, I can't wait to see you there. To see you there. You can also edit this down here. So it says copyright 2011. We'll change that to 2012. And this creates the date, time, and presenter name already for you. And this creates the topic. And you can change, all this stuff is editable, guys, and that's really powerful. You can have just these awesomely, massively high-converting email templates for your webinars, or choose not to at all. You can simply just use the WYSIWYG, okay, and do that. And again, as I said, you can show 15, 30, or 45 minutes up to before the webinar. So 15 minutes before the webinar, there's a message that goes out. Now, after that is the post-webinar emails. So if you guys had people that didn't show up, guess what? You can send out notifications for them and say, hey, the replay is available. Okay, get the replay now. And again, guys, we have short codes for that replay right here. See? So you put that into your message for your post-webinar email. So if you missed the webinar, here is the replay. We are taking it down in 2 days, right? And again, you can add the subject. And you can save all this stuff, okay? And once you save it, you can preview it. Now, I'm going to go back into my other webinars, and I'm going to leave this page because I'm not going to publish this. I'm going to leave this because I'm not actually doing anything with this webinar. But it automatically actually saves it as a draft. It's an interesting thing. This actually saves it as a draft. But let me go in and show you, for instance, this one, what it looks like when it's all laid out, okay? So expand, expanding. And here it is, as it's all laid out. Now this won't take you that much time. This probably you can probably set all this up, guys, in a matter of a few hours, okay? And this creates an automatic webinar system for you. You can actually start making money right away after you set this up, okay? And really, what you do here is you add in your button links. This takes them to my sales page or my shopping cart page, right? And this is where people start making money. Now, you can also have affiliates. Now, this might be over your heads, but you can have affiliates promote your webinars and put their affiliate links in this button link, and it works the same way, okay? And then you'd save this, and you can preview it, Okay, you go to the registration page preview, see what it looks like. And here it is right here. This is a registration page preview. So I'm actually previewing what it looks like here, okay? Let me just turn this down.
Hey, everybody.
Let me go back into Create Webinar, and then you can see the event page. So go on to the webinar event page, and this is what the webinar event looks like, okay? And
okay, so we're recording.
What I do want to show you guys actually is the okay. So let's close that. Let's go into webinars. Now, another thing that we have is you can check out your links here. So you can look at all your links. So you can see the thank you page, the registration page, the webinar event link, and let's just see what that looks like. And you can actually see that, oh, I have to register to do that, unfortunately, but you can see what you can actually get. You can see the attendee list on that page. We also have edit webinar. We have clone webinar, so you can actually clone this particular webinar and use it again, maybe rename it or something like that and test it out. So that's really good for maybe some split testing. You can delete your webinar. The other thing you can do, guys, is you can get stats on your webinar. So this is a report where you can see what the engagement level is in your webinar. So I'll click on there, right? And I'll grab this report here, and it shows me who's been coming to my webinars, okay? And this is the list of people that have been coming to my webinars, and you can see when they come right here, who they are, their name, their email, okay? The date they arrive, the time, if they attend, okay? And if they watch the full video, if they watch the full webinar, okay? And you can see those who are engaged and those who are not. And those who are engaged, you can send information to those people directly, okay? And that's some things that we have. So anyway, oh, I have somebody who just joined. His name is Tim, and he says, I just joined. Seems funny. He's using GoToWebinar to promote a system that does not use that service. Well, John, because I don't believe in just automated webinars, I believe in live webinars as well. So, and if you were here at the beginning of the webinar, you would have known that I believe in a full webinar system. Automated is one aspect of your business, okay? The other aspect is automating that, okay? So you can have it work for you over and over again. I hope that makes some sense to you. Okay, and if he's wondering, how do you get around not being able to answer questions? Well, no, you do answer the questions. I just said that. We have a chat box that you can answer questions in real time. When people ask me, I can be at the grocery store and I have a question come through from one of my automated webinars. I answer that person in real time and they say, hey, wow, thanks so much for getting back to me right away. I really appreciate it. That person, there's an 85% chance that that person, from getting my question answered, he is going to buy my product, okay? And and that's the whole thing about it. Your online business needs to look like your offline business, okay? You have to have engagement stuff happening in your business, and that's what's so awesome about automated webinars, is that you can do that while not having to trade time for money. You can also do that and not have the problems of the live aspect where the sound won't work or the video will go blank. All those things happen with live webinars. But with automated webinars, you have 1/10 of the technical issues, but again, you don't have that same interaction. But you can ask questions, and you're limited only by your imagination. So I can have a document pop up at 2 minutes and say, hey guys, download this free document, and keep engagement throughout the entire webinar, even while I'm not there, okay? I hope that makes sense. Yes. Yeah, no, everybody here knows that it's live, Tim. They all know it's live. I start off with just talking about, just talking about who I am, and we connect on that level. And that's what I want for your automated webinars as well, guys. You should always connect with people, okay? Bottom line. That's why, Tim, I responded right away to your question, okay? That's how it works here. So anyway, let me go back into the slide. We'll finish up because there is something I want to give you, okay? Those who have stuck it out to the webinar, I have the free downloads for you, okay? I told you I was going to give this to you, and I'm going to give this to you. So let me go back into the slide, okay? And let me get that for you. Okay, so going back into the slide, going back down to the very last slide, and here it is. So here's your gifts for attending. You get the webinar best practice, you get YouTube revealed, okay, and you get the solo ad Excel sheet. All right. Now this, guys, this has over, I think, 50 solo ad people where you can get, you buy your clicks essentially. So I wasn't planning on giving this away, but I decided to do it anyway. And you can go to this URL. Oop, hold on, sorry. Let me go back. Let me go back and show you that. Okay, you can go to that URL right there at the bottom and grab it. You know, take advantage of it. And it's youtuberevealed.com/get YouTube revealed, the ebook for webinar. Okay, and that's pretty much what it is. All right. Now, for those, yeah, I know there are people coming in way late right at the moment, 2 hours late, in fact. Yeah, we're unfortunately we're shutting down, but there is going to be a replay. But I'm going to tell you guys this right now, that this special price is a very, very short period of time. Again, this was me testing this out, and so this is where you can get it again. /Yord. Send to all. Okay. So I just showed you, no problem, Tim. I just showed you guys where you can get the products. You get the full YouTube Revealed, the membership site, okay? For those that don't remember, it's full YouTube Revealed, the membership site, okay? And EasyWebinar plugin, okay? So I teach you how to use traffic, and I teach you how to use, I automate the traffic, automate the conversion with the plugin, okay, the automated webinar software. And this is what you get inside the membership site, okay? You get over 250 videos, 270 videos of YouTube, other marketing aspects, and then you get EasyWebinar plugin as well, which is usually $343, and both of these together you're getting for $497. Okay, $497. That is a very, very special price. It's only available for a short period of time. I can tell you that factually. It's absolutely factual that that is the case. And again, as I said, this is only being tested out for a short period of time. And for those that are coming late, this is me, and I show everything about who I am. That phone call will call me right away. If you were to call that number, you get me right now, okay? And again, as I said, this is literally the second time that I'm offering this particular deal. Reason number 2 is you need a traffic solution that comes with your webinar software. Most don't give you that, but we do. Reason number 3 is EWP is being priced at a monthly at some point, okay? EWP is EasyWebinar plugin, and we're going to price that monthly. And again, number 4 is that you get that special bonus of me, where I talk to you for 15 minutes. It's a power session, and we do a coaching, okay? And I hold your hand. And guys, just so you know, we have 24-hour customer support with EWP, okay? We will create your webinars for you if you can't do them yourself. We will set up your WordPress site if you can't do it yourself. So there really is nothing to lose, especially since we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, if you're not satisfied with it, if you can't learn how to do it, if you can't get it up and running, then we will give you money back, no questions asked. Okay. So again, as I said, take action today, guys, and get it, because again, this is not going to last. This is going to go away very soon. Okay. Thank you, Jewel. I really appreciate it. Okay, folks, I think we're going to end now. We're almost at a 2-hour mark, and I tend to not like to do that. I still have to get lunch with my wife and try to have the rest of this Friday off to do some customer service stuff. So if that's okay, well, I think we're going to cut the webinar short. Do you guys have any other questions at all? When we use, okay, Tim is asking, when we use your system for the non-live webinar, is the audience meant to think it's live? Tim, I don't like them to think it's live. I'm not trying to trick anybody. That's one of the aspects of automated webinars that I don't really like. Now, we try to give them the same engagement factor as live. And ours essentially is a live broadcast because we use streamed video. So if someone comes 20 minutes late to the webinar, they're actually coming 20 minutes late, okay? Because that webinar is set to play at 2 p.m., all right? So that is live. It's a live streamed video, essentially, okay? Now, you can also see people who are attending, okay? And you can see that in real time, people that are really attending. And you can answer questions in real time, okay? I don't try to have it look live, but I try to have it feel live, okay? And have that same engagement as a live event as much as I can, okay? And that's what we've done with EasyWebinar plugin. I hope that makes some sense. The gift link is, where's that? There's the gift link again, youtuberevealed.com/get YouTube Revealed, the ebook for webinar. Get YouTube Revealed, the ebook for webinar. That's the full link. And you get all three of those. So you get the traffic, you get the conversion method, and you also get an additional traffic source, which is solo ads. Big traffic thing that people love to use. You can buy traffic and get click-throughs, okay? That's for free. And I don't ever offer that. That's something I decided to do today. Yes, this will be recorded. It is a long URL. I will leave that up for you, Tim. Yes. Any other questions on the software, guys? No problem, of course. Other questions with the software at all? Anyone? Bueller? Okay. Well, again, as I said, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and it's action takers are the money makers. So if you guys want someone to hold your hand, I know the price is $497, but guys, guess what? That price is actually half of what I sell that for. And if you're going to try to find other automated webinar software on the market, you're going to be paying huge bucks for it. So we've tried to price ours appropriately, and I try to give as much value as I can all the time, okay? That's something that everybody should understand. I try to give value. That's what it's all about. And, value speaks. And that's what I can say to you. Value speaks for itself. So, yeah, no problem, Tim. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to close shop. Again, thank you so much for coming by. And go check out. Go ahead and go to YouTube Revealed /Jorg. Again, that's the URL. YouTuberevealed.com /Jorg. And get your plugin and YouTube Revealed today, and the bonus gift of me doing some coaching with you. Okay. And I can't wait to help you guys out and see you guys inside the platform. All right, folks, that's it for me. I will talk to you all very soon. Thanks so much for coming. And again, if you have any questions, you can email me at casey@easywebinarplugin.com. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks again.